Postal 2 VR has just been announced yesterday, and it's something that I think everyone should be very excited for. It's been long thought that it's been impossible to port Postal 2 to basically any device because the source code has been long lost or something of the sort. And basically, Flat2 VR Studios had just announced, with collaboration from, of course, Running with Scissors, that Postal 2 will be coming to the Quest 3, PSVR2, and Steam VR, which is really freaking awesome. It is by far the only mod that I know of, or at least VR port, from Flat2 VR Studios and TeamBeef that has been basically publicly available on this level, especially with being supported by Running with Scissors. The only problem I might have with this is the fact that being on the stores might imply you may have to pay for the game again after you already own it. While on Steam, it's likely if you already own Postal 2, you'll probably be able to just install it as a mod or something like that, unless it's an entirely new port just like it. I'm a little bit scared about the situation of having to pay maybe like $20-$30 if it's not priced the same as the full game on Steam, or the flat game on Steam, the original. And another issue I have too, if Postal 2 VR is coming for the PSVR 2, why isn't the flat screen version of Postal coming to the PS5 and PS4 as well? Just kind of makes no sense to me at all. But hey, you do you, I guess. A couple of features that I'd be looking forward to seeing Postal 2 ported over to VR is at least being able to aim better with your gun. I'm not very good with FPS games myself, and a lot of people that aren't very good at it, I'm sure this would fit right in perfectly with them. And another thing that I think will be kind of awkward is pissing in this game. That's right, Postal you can piss. I feel like pissing might be something that they'd have to work around. Like, would you be aiming with your arm? And if you're looking down to basically aim, is there just going to be a giant sensor? Are you going to actually see your full body, or is it just going to be your hands that you see? I'd honestly prefer if you could see like your full arms and hands and everything else. I prefer that in my VR games over like the floating hand thing in most games that most games have. So I'm kind of thinking they might go that route, but I'm not sure. We'll see. But I think it'll be kind of interesting to see how they implement that. And I'm sure it's going to be very similar controls to at least TeamBeef's other VR port, which was Half-Life 1. And I'm wondering if Postal 2, much like Half-Life 1, if it will be possible to play Paradise Weekend multiplayer it's Lost Paradise, Weekend in Paradise or something like that, I don't remember what it's called, and then the main game in multiplayer. I'm just wondering how they're going to implement that, if it's already going to be bundled in fully in the game, since it's basically separate from the flat screen game on PC. And the way Half-Life works, it's also very similar as well, where they're basically separate games, but it's still loaded in. You can still technically play like Half-Life Blue Shift in VR if you wanted to with TeamBeef support. But yeah, I'm really excited for this, and it's a pretty big deal. Just being able to play the game on these new platforms, being very openly available, especially for like the Quest, because you don't have to go to the side quest store just to play this game. I think by the time this comes out and we see the gameplay, this is going to be huge. It's already a pretty big deal that they announced it, and they just announced it. That doesn't really mean anything yet. It means it's in development, but we don't know how far they've gone, and obviously they didn't show us anything. So, but yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below, but I'm excited for this one.